Humans differ in many different ways. We are not at all the same. There are different genders, different races, and different ethnicities. There are different ages. There are different personalities. However, we have one common ground, and that is heartache. No matter who you are, no matter what you've done, you will experience heartache. Whether it's the loss of a loved one through death or heartbreak, or a toy being stolen on the playground, heartache is inevitable and unpredictable. Everyone deals with it. It's a journey that we all have to face. Like grief, heartache is a journey. There are several different stages. There are several different emotions that go along with the stages, and it's all really hard to explain, all hard to describe. That's why we have doctors and medicines and therapists, is because nobody fully understands heartache. But I have found 3 pieces of literature that explain beautifully the feelings of heartbreak. One is Head Heart by Lydia Davis. The other is He Wouldn't Stay for Me and Who Could Blame Him by A.E. Housman. And the last is What Lips My Lips Have Kissed and Where and Why by Edna St. Vincent Millay. These 3 poets, again, did a very good job of describing the pain of heartache in very different ways, and they each described a different stage of heartache, which is very interesting. Lydia Davis, who wrote Head Heart, showed the relationship between the head and the heart. The heart weeps. The first sentence. It just shows the pain, the freshness of this painful devastation. And you see the head trying to rationalize the heart and trying to make it understand, but it's a continuous process. It says, head tells heart how it is again, as if it's been doing this for a while, trying to tell it how it is, how it's supposed to be. In the last 2 lines, it says, head is all heart has, help head, help heart, which shows the dependency the heart has on the head, which, if you think logically, is the heartbroken person only depending on themselves, which is very common. People always think, me, myself, and I'm the only one who can understand my problem. I'm the only one who can deal with my problem. It's me and me. And that can be, it's very common, but we can't depend too much on ourselves. We can't think too much about us, because when we do that, it can become very dangerous, as A.E. Housman writes in his He Wouldn't Stay for Me and Who Could Wonder. Because in this, it's a very, very short poem that shows him blaming himself. He went from soothing himself to then blaming himself, because he says he wouldn't stay for me, which is very personal. He's taking it personal, like he could stay for anybody else, but he wouldn't stay for me. And then he goes on to say, and who could wonder, like whatever he left him for, it's obvious, it's black and white, it's straightforward, everybody knows, everybody can see, oh yes, that's why he left, which can be very dangerous, because people start to wonder, what if I was skinnier? What if I was fatter? What if I was this? Or what if I was that? And hopefully that goes away. Hopefully the blaming goes away, but does the pain ever go away? Edna St. Vincent Millay would probably tell you no in her What Lips My Lips Have Kissed and Where and Why. She seems to tell from the point of view of somebody who's been through so many heartbreaks and so many tears that it's still there, no matter how long it's been. she says it's like ghosts. And that picture is very clear to me that, whether they're not here physically, they're still there. And when you think haunting, it's not something that you intend. It's not something that you want. It just happens. And I think that's kind of like the memories of loved ones, no matter how long it's been, even though you don't want to think of them, they just kind of pop up out of nowhere. All of these authors and poets have each experienced heartache in their own ways. Davis went through a divorce. A.E. Hoffman was actually a male who fell in love with his heterosexual male roommate. And Millay had many lovers, many suitors, but never really worked any of them out. And they each show that heartache happens to everyone, number one. And number two, it's a journey. It's a very long, lifelong journey. But we see through literature, through these three poets, that even though it's confusing and nobody really can fully explain the depth of pain and heartbreak, nobody's alone. Everybody goes through it. Heartache is inevitable. It's unpredictable. But everybody goes through it. And literature allows a gateway for people to find that common ground and to realize that they're not alone.